Okay, we have a few announcements. One, we have a team-wide coach sneak peek. If you're doing a separate coach sneak peek, awesome. But I bring that up because Brooke and I announced this morning that we're going to be gifting anyone who goes Emerald. We're putting you guys in a raffle if you go Emerald by Thursday morning, and we're putting you in a raffle. And if you wake up, then someone's going to earn $50 to our Fit Team shop, which there's a bunch of cute stuff there. So utilize that coach sneak peek for tomorrow. There'll be 4 of us that are like breaking it down, everything you need to know. So just get people plugged in. There's no strings attached. You're not asking them to do anything but listen. So that's tomorrow night. And then it's the end of the month. So if you have not locked in Success Club, if you have not locked in your goals, now is not the time to coast until June. Now is the time to follow up with people, to get excited, to get on your stories and talk and be, just be personable. Like, don't slow down and think, okay, I'll come back in June. Like, what you do this week matters. And I know I started talking about my June groups, and I know a lot of you too. Even the 3-day refresh, like, use these opportunities to lock in Success Club or whatever your goals are for the month of May. Don't just sit here and coast until the end of June, because it's not worth it to do that. So other than that, we're going to jump into Emerald, and I'm going to let Brooke start us off. This is something I know she's going to talk about in a second, but I remember when I heard about going Emerald, I was like, oh my goodness, like, that sounds like a really, really big deal. And while yes, we will celebrate you, this is something you will do over and over and over again in your business. 4.5 years later, I'm still doing it over again. I'm sure Brooke and Cassie, Rebecca, Jess, like, you do it like every week, every month you are doing this. So the better you understand it now and the better you start implementing it now, the only growth your business is going to have. So Brooke, go ahead and take the first part.
Yes, thank you. Okay, hi guys. I love doing these calls, and I just watched our last one from January, and it's funny because I went through a little revamp and changed my team name. I don't know, not a big deal, but I am actually the coach of Team Fit, Fun, and Free to Be. It's crazy. I sat down for a long time and just really wrote down what I wanted my organization to look like. So if you guys haven't done that yet, it is really therapeutic. You're able to just sit down and say, what do I, Melissa, Jess, Cassie, whoever, what do I want my business to look like? And I'm just going to straight up tell you guys, you are so blessed to be on a team that has so many resources. I am now in a group of women that are pushing for big goals in the business, and there are so many people out there without a coach, so many people without a team page, so many people that have never done a challenge group or been in one, and they've figured it out. You guys, the opportunities in this business are endless. And I just hope you all know how blessed you are to even have these calls. And I'm going to say I'm blessed to have Brooke Anderson. I think you were like the coach for me, because shout out to the people that figure it out on their own. But just more and more that I go into this coaching journey, I am just realizing that what you do and the value that you're giving, what you're showing up to, the team pages that you're in, you're lucky. It's just so awesome. And it just becomes more clear and apparent every day that I am on this team. And as I start to grow my team, and I own it. So sit down, write down what you want your organization to look like. And I'm actually going to ask you guys a couple questions. So my first question for you is, why are you here? Why are you here at 8:30 o'clock on a Monday night? And what are your goals? I want to see you guys in the chat. Tell me what your goals are because I want to see your face. Stop. I love you. Okay. But I want to know what your goals are as a coach. What are you doing here? Is it the income? Is it the travel? Is it the community? What is it? There's a reason. And I want to see everybody, if you're not driving, to put in the chat what your goals are, because this is the number one step, figuring out what you want your business to look like and figuring out what your goals are and starting to think long-term. And Emerald is literally, this is the very first baby step in getting to those goals. And I had to humble myself a little bit too, because I started getting all fiery in my stories. And as I was typing writing my notes over here, I was like, oh, let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm like, okay, Brooke, remember where you were 2.5 years ago. And when you heard Emerald and you're like, this is intimidating, network marketing. Oh my gosh, what are people going to think? All of those things are your limiting beliefs. For the longest time, I didn't even know what a limiting belief was. But basically, when you have these negative thoughts as to, why you can't hit a goal, or maybe you're sitting here and you're not Emerald yet. Why are you not Emerald? What is holding you back? Why are you not at your goal yet? Or are you doing the things that you need to do to get to your goal? If you're thinking, oh, I'm just not like her, I'm just not as social, I'm introverted, I don't have a big network, I don't know how to use social media, I'm nervous. Those are your limiting beliefs. And you guys got to start digging into that so that you can hit this first goal in your business. Because if you think it's scary, it's going to be scary. If you think it's hard, it's going to be hard. Emerald is not hard. And like Brooke just said, the coaches that you see. So I'm looking in the chat and I'm seeing people type, make that money in building a community of women, building a legacy that you're proud of, accountability, income, community, fitness, health. If you guys are looking for income, this is an absolute non-negotiable. You need to hit Emerald and you need to get into the mindset, like Brooke said, that you're going to be adding 2 coaches to your team so you can unlock all the potential in the compensation plan, which Brooke is going to dive into more, which is super duper helpful. Again, that we have a coach that can provide that resource for us. But you're going to get into the mindset when you look at other coaches in the network or other coaches on this team that are hitting goals, diamond, star diamond, or whatever. They're hitting Emerald over and over and over and over again. So get that mindset right now. Put that belief in yourself. Type in the chat. Write it down somewhere. Put a sticky note. I'm an Emerald coach. This is me putting the key and the ignition to my business. This is step 1. Because if I want to get to my goal, whatever it is, you guys are here. I don't think anyone would just show up just for fun at night, when you could go to bed, at least for me, I don't know. You're here because there's a reason. And this is step number 1. So when we talk about Emerald, it is a decision, you guys, that you are making to open up your business. And I am going to let Brooke go into the ins and outs and why it's so important. And then we'll come back around and talk about who your people are that you're going to be signing up and just a couple tricks on how to have those conversations. But I just want you guys to come into this call, get pumped up. If you're Emerald already, you're going Emerald again this week. I sent a message to all of my girls this morning and I said, happy Monday. What's your goal? I'm helping 5 people this week, not this month, not in 30 days. I am helping 5 people this week and 3 of them are coaches, and I won't stop until I get there. So I need you guys to get into that mindset too and to start thinking, I can do this. I've got this. I have everyone in this group right here that's showing up and that I can lean into to do it with. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the benefits of hitting that. But I want to get you guys into that mindset, get pumped up, start thinking of your goals, your visions, where you're going. And we're going to talk about compensation.
Dang. Okay, I just need to listen to you all night because that's the motivation I need going into the last month of May or last week of May. But like Brooke said, I'm going to dive deep into kind of why yes, Emerald is important, but then why the mindset of keep building your business, not because I see it all the time, you guys. 4.5 years into this, I see coaches, okay, I went Emerald. And then nothing happened. They don't hit Success Club. They don't keep adding people. They don't keep posting or sharing and inviting. Emerald is where the magic starts. But if you don't keep building off of it, nothing's going to happen from it. So 4 things happen when you go Emerald. So the first thing is it's a vital behavior. And it's one that I think, or at least I remember I kind of rolled my eyes at. I've rolled my eyes at all of the vital behaviors, just be honest, and go figure. They're there for a reason because they are key to our business. But this one is recognition. So the first thing you're going to get is major recognition from your own coach in our team page on your social media. You're going to get a gift from your coach. And then like Brooke and I announced this morning on our team page, we're going to gift an Emerald coach by Thursday, $50 to the team, to the Fit Team shop. So why is this a big deal? Because one, you are sharing, you're posting, all of a sudden, your friends who are watching you do this, maybe it's even your husband or your mom or your dad or your boyfriend are going to be like, oh, she just did something in her business, like with us. She actually just, something happened. Like she's actually doing this. And that's the thing. You are actually like, yes, when you sign up as a coach, you're a coach on your title, but when you sign up and when you go Emerald, that's unlocking all the potential now as a coach to earnings and to everything from there. So people are going to start taking you seriously, and we will be just shout you out so much in the team page and cheer you on. The second thing that's going to happen is you are going to get free leads from Beachbody. This is really, really sweet. So if you ever hear Carl Deichler jump on the radio, like, hey, my name is Carl Deichler, I have this deal going on, or Beachbody infomercials. One, our $15 business fee that we pay monthly, that's just one part of what it goes to. We have free marketing that, Beachbody puts out there for us. Of course, the rest of that stuff also includes our back office materials. Like we have a group of lawyers on our side, like that. Our $15 goes towards a lot. And our marketing team is just one of those things. So we get free leads when we are an Emerald coach and we are hitting Success Club. So Success Club, helping 3 people a month. I'm not going to explain and deep dive into that, but you should know what that is by now. And if not, reach out to your coach or go look in our new Coach Get Started Right guide. So helping 3 people a month, that's hitting Success Club. So when you hit Success Club 5, that's when you're going to get leads like people who have signed up for the 2-week free trial of Beachbody On Demand, maybe a Shakeology sampler, maybe they're trying out some Energize packets, something like those. Those people will just show up in your back office as your customers. They don't go through a coach, they get assigned to you as an Emerald coach. But when you're hitting Success Club 10, that's when you get the even sweeter leads. That's when you get the leads that are, who have purchased a challenge pack, who have maybe like purchased the Ultimate Reset Kit, or maybe who have like signed up as a coach and purchased like some crazy orders. And let me tell you, that is really, really sweet. I know I've woken up at the beginning of the month and all of a sudden, like I have not helped anyone, that I know of helped anyone, but all of a sudden I have 2 Success Club points because I hit a C10 last month. I'm an Emerald coach and I've gotten a free lead from Beachbody, and that's a really sweet feeling to already feel ahead. But you will, to get those kind of more commission-based leads, you will need to hit SC10 the month prior. So free leads is what happens. The third thing is your rank does not just affect you. By you going all in your business, going Emerald, you affect not only your coach, but the whole team, their upline coach, everybody. And I know this was I was super excited when I learned that, hey, my coach, a lot of you probably know her, Megan Ewaldson. When I went Emerald, I actually got her to Diamond. I'm at her 3rd business center. So she, she's got a lot of business centers. She's been a coach around for a while. She's rocking it. So I'm in a 3rd business center. But when I went Emerald, I got my coach to Diamond. And I know that was such a cool feeling, like, whoa, because I have rank advanced myself and built my business a little bit, then I helped my coach hit a really big goal. And then when I went Diamond in Brook #1, my account, it made Megan go Star Diamond, which is a really, really cool thing that we get to offer and a way to help our coaches. And that's the mindset that we all want to have, right? If you want your coaches having that mindset of helping you and to help you for them to go Emerald, so you go Diamond, that starts with you. It starts with you having that full mindset of I want to help my coach by building my business. And then your coaches are going to do the same for you. So it's a really, really cool ripple effect, how we all just help each other. Your rank does not just affect you, it affects everybody. Okay. And then the 4th thing that happens is what is the biggest and coolest part, which is the team cycle bonus. So we have 2 main ways to earn in Beachbody as coaches. We have commissions, 25% off of customers. It's sweet. I love commissions, but commissions are not what's going to get you $1,000 paycheck a month. It is not what is going to replace your income, if that's your goal. It is not the reason why I was able to make 6 figures dollars last year, because I sold 50 challenge packs a week. I don't do that at all.
I've never done that in a month in my life, nor do I want, well, it'd be cool if I did that, but I don't want to sit here and just sell challenge packs all day long. No, my goal is always to help 5 to 10 people. If I help some more, that's great. But this is where the team cycle bonus comes into play. Okay, so I'm going to show you my handy dandy fancy schmancy poster that I made that just lays it out what exactly Emerald is. So here you are at the top. We have 2 legs as coaches on Team Beachbody. We are binary system. We have a left leg and a right leg, and you become Emerald when you sign up 2 personally sponsored coaches, one on your left leg, one on your right leg. Okay, that's it. Super simple. I put in black marker below 50 PV. So what that means is that in order for you to keep hold of your Emerald rank, these 2 coaches below you have to maintain an order of 50 personal volume every 5 weeks. That personal volume can come from your coaches' orders, what they order for themselves, or if they have customers ordering through them. And let me just explain what personal volume or volume is in general. Volume, every product in our Beachbody toolkit has a volume number attached to it. So Shakeology has 90 volume. Energize has 38 volume. I think Hydrate, I was just looking at it, it's like 35 maybe. I don't know. Those are the 2 main ones I know, but every Beach Bars, 3-day refresh, every single product we have has a volume number attached to it. So as long as these 2 coaches both have every 5 weeks, 50 volume under them, then you are a solid Emerald coach, okay? So let me explain now remember how I said how when your coach, when you rank advance, you help your coach. Well, as your coach and as our whole team grows, we help you grow your volume and your team cycle bonus. So I'm going to show you a different graphic that includes a little bit more than just you and your business center. So what I included is I put your coach up here. Let's just say Brooke is your coach. Okay, so she is right here. And when she decided to go Emerald, it didn't just happen. She signed up you right here on one of her legs and someone else. So there's a left leg and a right leg, right? This probably might not look exactly how your coach signed up. You might be on your coach's right leg. You might be on your coach's left leg. This is how I drew up, okay? So Brooke went Emerald, sweet. Now you right here, you decided to go Emerald. Okay, so you add someone right here to your left leg and you add someone to your right leg. You go Emerald. Okay, but Brooke, she didn't just sit there. She's a business builder. She's going all in. She wanted to get home to her babies and get out of her social workup job. So she's starting to add coaches. When she adds her 3rd coach right here, that actually goes below you. That's not your coach. I put her in blue because that's Brooke's coach. It's Brooke's 3rd coach. But what that does is it contributes to your team cycle bonus when you are an Emerald coach. So for the sake of math, I know I told you Shakeology was 90 volume. Let's just say it's 100 volume, just because it makes it easier to explain this. So let's say that these 2 coaches, your coach right here and then Brooke's coach number 3, both ordered Shakeology. They have 200, she has 200 volume sitting on this side. And this coach over here also ordered a bag of Shakeology. So there's 1. This is the most important thing to know. Anytime there's 200 volume on one side and 100 on the other, a team cycle bonus happens and you get $14 straight to your bank account, nothing that you have done. Strictly everything that's going on below you, the productivity of the team below you. So anytime there's a 2-to-1 ratio, you get $14. Okay. So hopefully that's kind of sinking in. If this is the first time you're hearing it, it's kind of over your head. That's okay. I'm going to take it a little step further because, we don't want to just stop at $14. $14 is cool. It covers your business fee. You're going to see that a couple of times, but let's just say we know that Brooke, she did not just stop at adding 3 coaches. Let's say a week or 2 goes by and she added 3 more coaches on this side, right? So now you have 5 coaches below you. And you still have this 1 coach over here. So let's say all 5 of those coaches have ordered Shakeology and this coach has ordered another bag of Shakeology. So now there's 2-to-1. So there's a team cycle bonus, but you have 300 volume left over that was not used. This is really important. As long as you stay active, as long as your account stays active, that 300 volume doesn't just disappear. It goes into what we call a carryover volume bank. So the next week, that 300 is applied to your team cycle bonus. So that is where it's really important. I've seen coaches lose, like, they didn't even really know it. They lost like 5,000-10,000 of carryover volume money that was just sitting there because they let their account go inactive, or they didn't think it was a really big deal. So even if you're not selling challenge packs right now, or if life is kind of crazy, it is still so important that you keep your account active so you do not lose all the volume that Brooke, and maybe you as you're building your team, is giving you. Something else that I wanted to mention in there too, like, just remember, people are not just buying Shakeology. As coaches, we're buying Shakeology, we're buying Energize, we're buying Recover. So there's a lot more than just 500 volume on this side. Shakeology was just one example. And as you build on this side of your leg, then like that team cycle bonus is going to happen more and more and more. And as an Emerald coach, I told you it's happen every time there's a 2-to-1 ratio, you get $14 in the bank. But as a Diamond coach, that's when you get $18 in a bank. And trust me, that is much sweeter. At first, it might not seem like a lot, but that really adds up every time you get a cycle. When you get $4 extra more, if you have like 100 more cycles, that's a lot more money. So that is why, yes, we're talking about Emerald tonight, but also Diamond is where your sights need to be set, especially if you are in this to build a business long term. Okay, hopefully that was not too overwhelming. I think I got all the things I wanted to say. So Brooke, I'm going to pass it over to you to talk about those two coaches and how you can get those conversations started and who you might want to ask.
Yes, I love every time you explain the carryover volume, because I didn't understand it for so long. And heavens to Betsy, I'm so happy I never went inactive because once I learned what it was, and again, since I am with a working coach, which is huge, again, you guys, and you can meet with your coach or look in your back office. They can help you figure out how to see where this carryover volume is. But I have about 40,000 volume or something sitting on one leg because Brooke has posted, put so many coaches there. Those coaches are building coaches. And I did the math at $18 a cycle. That's about $3,600 sitting there that I really didn't put much into. Like maybe some of my coaches that I've added, but really it's because of where I'm placed. So me being active and being an active Emerald or Diamond or whatever, I'm helping with Brooke's income and rank, but she's helping me too. So you guys, it goes both ways. It's not just go Emerald to make this person active. And like I love how our compensation plan is set up because we are helping each other always in this business. So just know that. And then this part is also super important and something I'm extremely passionate about talking about, because when I first signed up, December 2018, it was to get a $25 Amazon card for Christmas. And I was super pumped, which is why I do deals a lot, because I'm like, that's totally what brought me in. And then I started thinking, and I always had it in the back of my mind. I'm like, I wasn't really happy with my job, but I was like, okay, this is just like what it's supposed to be. Everyone told me like, oh, you're in your career now. This is life. And I'm like, oh, well, this kind of blows. Like I wasn't anticipating that. But I saw this coaching opportunity. I saw Brooke, I saw Dana and Jody, and I saw other people doing this coaching thing. And I watched very, very closely. And I told myself early on, if I want to do what they're doing, I need to just get into the community, get to know them, and get to know what they're doing. So I scheduled a one-on-one with Brooke. Had no idea. I was terrified. And we got in a call and she was like as sweet as can be. And she's like, oh, you just need to go Emerald and hit Success Club. And I was like, okay, like, thank God. And the first thing she told me was to sign up Steven, my husband. And I was like, wait a minute. I just signed up to be a coach. There's a business service fee. And I am like, I will go to Target and blow $160. But when it came to like investing in my health, I was still pretty like stingy and cheap. I was like, why am I signing up my husband now? Like now I'm signing him up. Like, what is this going to do for me? Thank the Lord, because his account is now bringing in that income too. And it takes time. But I listen because I'm like, obviously she's seeing success. I need to do what she says. Like, I'm usually not a good listener, but I'm glad I listened to that because I wanted this so bad. So I signed him up right away, had my second coach, went Emerald, yippee skippy. And then I started building and I kept going and going and going and going. And like I mentioned before, now that second account, so I have my account. And the really cool thing too, guys, if you get in this mindset of hitting Emerald over and over again, you don't really have to worry about people going inactive or inactive. You're just constantly helping people. And one day it just becomes like, oh, like I don't have to worry about holding my Emerald or Diamond. Like that does happen if you stay the course. But now having my husband's account like in that spot directly under me, all of that volume that he is now getting because he is a Diamond coach is going to him, and he's team cycle bonusing, and I'm team cycle bonusing too. So we are both getting team cycle bonuses pretty much weekly now, pretty much every week. It wasn't like that in the beginning. In the beginning, it took some time as you're building, but it was the smartest business decision I ever made because I knew I wanted income. I knew I was thinking long term. And I even think a year from now and 2 years from now, like, holy crap, like how much that could bring in for our family. So when you are signing up these first two people, you are very lucky. You get to have, you have the option to sign up your spouse. If you don't have a spouse, you can you can have your parent sign up or a child that's over 18. And the cool thing about that is you can have your credit card information on that account. So you can say, Mom, I'm doing this thing, but I'm going to put my credit card on your account, figure out something with them, they buy product and you use it. So like for me, I buy Beach Bars, Energize, like Shakeology, Hydrate, all the things. So I keep Shakeology on my account to keep me active and so that I can qualify for Success Club. Everything else goes through Steven's account so that I get the volume and I keep him active. So you can do that with a child that's over 18 or a parent too, and have your credit card attached to that so that eventually that can be another business center for you to build on to go Diamond, 1-star Diamond, 2-star Diamond, which that's like the coolest thing when you get there. So that's the first person that you are going to look to sign up, and you're going to have a conversation with them. You're going to talk to them and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Remember what you told me earlier, the question that I was asking about like what your goals are, why are you here, income, community, all of that. You're going to share with them where you're going and tell them how good you feel with what you've been doing and that this move is going to be really helpful for you in your business long term. And in the meantime, like, let's do a program together. Like, let's try Shakeology together. Like, why not? So that's going to be your first person. And then you need that one other person. So I love this idea of just thinking like you guys are going to jail. I'm a police wife if you guys like haven't seen or known, but like if I were to go to jail, that would really suck. But you go to jail, who are the first like 3 people you're calling to help bail you out? Those are the people that you're going to talk to. And I want to even push it just a little bit more. You're going to talk to those people, but why not make a list of 10? Think of 10 people in your family, coworkers, friends. Maybe you work with somebody that I remember I worked with a ton of people and we were all like, oh, like we're eating the candy in the treat room all the time. Like teachers, I swear there were always donuts and treats every single day. And we were like, gosh, we just need to stop. Like we should work out. Talk to those people. Like think of who could benefit from this gift. This isn't us, being selfish and thinking of ourselves. Like your life has changed in some way, shape, or form. We need to think of this gift and how we can pass it on to someone else. Just like the compensation plan, like how I'm helping Brooke and Brooke's helping me. You're doing the same thing when you're inviting and you're having conversations with people. You could potentially change their life beyond what you even know. So asking them, and then they could do the same for you by helping you get to your goals. So I want you guys to come up with 10 people, put their names on a list, and you're going to have a conversation with them and you're going to invite them this week and you're going to talk to them about this opportunity and just share what you're working towards. And I made a little invite script to kind of help, but it can be as easy as, sending a message. Hey, so-and-so, Cassie, I ask you this because it means a lot to me and I want to share my heart with you and what I've been doing recently. Share your story. Talk about your results, the community, like what made you decide to coach and your why. And then just say, I am reaching for this first goal in my business and I thought of you because I want you to be the person that is there with me at the end. And I would love to show you a glimpse of the community that I'm in, or maybe try some products that I've recently fallen in love with. What do you think? Simple. Make it sound like you. Play around with it, edit it, but don't make it too, yes, Rebecca, I can share that script at the end because I have it over here. But that's it. Write those names down, you invite them, you see what happens. Like, I love when people say we don't play God. We don't get to decide what's good for people and what's not. Like, that could be what that other person needs more than anything right now, is for you to reach out to them. So if you're scared, do it scared. Like, do it. Just do it. Don't waste your time. Don't sit and think and get nervous and sit in those feelings. If you start feeling scared, reach out to your coach. And maybe you need a practice. Honestly, I even recommend maybe a voice message, especially if it's someone you're close to. For me, after that call in January, I made it my goal to hit Emerald with you guys, because I am always going to be that person. And I know Brooke is like this too. We are the people that when we ask you to do something, we're not going to sit back and twiddle our thumbs and get a Team Cycle bonus. Like, we are in the trenches with you because we have goals and we have a vision. And I got on the phone with my best friend. I was terrified. But you know what? I called her. We talked. She signed up without thinking. And she's like, why didn't you ask me sooner? And I was like, I don't know, because I was scared and I didn't want you to think it was silly. And my best friend, like, she was super, super fit, like my whole life. We were polar opposites. So I just thought, like, it's not something she needs. Like, she has her routine. I had all of these fears and limiting beliefs about my best friend. And after we talked, she said, get better at talking with people, build some more confidence because you've got this, and signed up with me. And she wishes I would have asked her earlier. Like, get on the phone, send a voice message. If you're nervous, do what Caitlin Carr did. Take your sister out for drinks. Like, whatever that relationship is to you, do what you would do to talk to that person normally. Don't be weird. Like, it doesn't have to be weird. Just be you and have the conversation. The worst thing that can happen is they say no and you say, okay, all right, cool, I'm going to keep going. The best thing that could happen is you radically change their life and you change your life at the same time. So I'm just going to end with that.
Yes, I love that. I think that's one of my biggest regrets at the beginning as well. Like Brooke just said, I just already assumed that, like, everyone rolled their eyes at what I was doing. No one would ever take this seriously. And I had to go get people that were not in my circle because my circle does not want to do this. And I think someone explained this to me, like, if your best friend or heck, your spouse or someone came to you and was like selling magazines, and they were just like, okay, so I started selling these magazines and these, like, I have just found myself again. I feel energized. I feel confident. I have this drive back in me. I'm back to life. Like, do you want to just like help me and do this really first? I would be all for it, especially if it's someone that I love, like selling magazines. I don't even know what all that entails, but just remember, that's the same like approach. People that you love want to help you, especially when they see the fire that is lit in you and you are excited. Okay. So also remember, like, don't just go to them and be like, yeah, I'm kind of doing this thing. Like, I don't really know. You can say those things, but also be excited about it. Show them what it's done for you physically, mentally, the community, all of the above. One of the biggest things I always say is, yes, I signed my husband up right away, but I wish I would have just said, Mom, like, you need to get healthy. I need to get healthy. Like, let's go. Like, let's try a bag of Shakeology. Let's start a bod workout. Let's try it. And instead I ran and I said, my mom is going to roll my eyes at me at this. She's going to be like, oh, Brooke's doing this thing. It's only going to last so long. And now my mom drinks Shakeology every single day. She does a Beachbody workout about every single day. She tries and like does every program that I start. She tries at least with me. Sometimes they're a little bit too hard for her. Sometimes she wants to do something different, but her and my dad just completed the 3-day refresh. And I'm like, what the heck? Why didn't I just start her at the beginning and then told her, if you don't like it, mom, you can cancel? Because now she's way down on my organization, which I'm glad she still signed up. But what if she was the very top, right next to my husband, right there? Maybe it could benefit her financially. It could benefit her whole family more financially. So don't, like Brooke said, we don't get to choose. We just offer this opportunity and then we leave it for people to choose. So the two things I wanted to remind you of is the U+2 policy that we have. So we have a U+2 policy, which means that we can put our credit card on our account and 2 other accounts. So we have it, you can have it on your husband's or spouse account. You can have it on, and Brooke, you kind of covered this, didn't you? Your spouse account, but I just wanted to like clarify, like your spouse account, a child over 18, or your mom and dad. So like you can even just do that right away. That like that's where all our accounts, my husband and I, it's right under the same credit card. All our bank information is the same. Like again, try them out, maybe even gift it to them and let it like see if it's for them. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is these 2 people. How do you keep, when it's your spouse, how do you keep them active every single month, right? Because they have to be ordering 50 PV. So the first thing I always recommend is that Shakeology, no matter what, stays on your account. Always stays on your account, because to hit Success Club, you do need 90 PV, which Shakeology is 90 PV. So I never mess with Shakeology. It's always on my account. It's ordered every month. I don't want to have to worry about it. I've seen coaches lose things because they like took it off for a second and they thought something else was 90 PV and then they didn't hit Success Club when they hit like Success Club 20 and it's just a mess. Just order Shakeology and drink it, and you're going to be, health benefits are amazing and the business benefits are amazing. And then everything else that you're drinking, energize, hydrate, recover, something that equals 50 PV, that's what we put under my husband's account. So that's how you can keep them active. All right. So I think that's all that we had for you guys today, but I also just want to remind you just to have fun. I think that's something that we can get so focused in the business and like, okay, I got to go invite them. And Brooke put that the invite in the chat right now. Like, just have fun with it. Tell people what this has done for you so far. Sit down and really think about what you're asking of them. Maybe you just need to have a come to moment, Jesus, with yourself, even about this. But have fun, but also don't be afraid to work hard. If you feel like this is super scary, then lean into it. That's the number one thing. Like as a coach, I feel like when you feel fear, like you need to be like, okay, I probably need to lean into it, learn how to do it, lean into these women that have already been there, ask them, how did they overcome this? And go from there. You know, if you're scared to death to send this message that Brooke sent, message her, message me after this. We will send you a voice message to hype you up, to remind you how incredible you are and this opportunity is, and not to hold it back from anybody. So that is what we had for you guys tonight. I just want to leave it open. Are there any questions about anything that Brooke said, anything that I explained with the team cycle bonus? Otherwise we'll wrap it up. So you can unmute yourself or you can drop it in the chat section.
When you run your monthly boot camps, do you start a new Facebook group every month, or do you just clear out old ones?
I think everyone does it a little different. I can explain and anyone else wants to explain. I used to do it every single month. I would start over. I think at the beginning that was really good for me, just to then that would force me to invite people every single month. But now I start a new group, I would say every 4 or 5 months, just because I do think, and I know some people who just keep their groups ongoing, but I personally like kind of shutting a group down kind of every few months and then reigniting it and seeing, okay, who's ready to go again, get new people into it. But when I do have those 4 to 5 months, like my group right now has been open since January. I do still do like every month, I do a prep week. I try and like change up the theme. I try and have a new challenge. So there's something that people are always engaging in. It's not like this ongoing thing. Like it still kind of feels like new and invigorating every few weeks. So.
Got it. And I signed up 3 coaches last month. And it was very exciting, but I didn't hit Success Club. Do I need to do it like multiple months, or I don't know. I was planning on hitting Success Club and was confused when I didn't.
Did you say you signed up 3 coaches?
Mm-hmm.
I can look in your back office after this call.
Okay.
Take a look for you. She's one of my coaches.
Thank you.
And each with a challenge pack.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely should have hit Success Club then. Unless, did you have 90 personal volume on your account?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay.
I can look at that. And that's why I'm always like, I just leave Shakeology on my account every single month. I mean, you don't have to, but I just know we're all busy. We're just busy. And sometimes we are like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And then you forget.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Okay. Thank you.
3 coaches is still amazing. Seriously, that's awesome. Any other questions?
I could chime in real quick about what I do with challenge groups, which is, I'm not the queen at all. I feel like I'm always changing things, but what I found recently that's worked for me is I actually do run an ongoing group. And what I have been doing recently is I plug all my people in, anyone that's ever had a challenge pack, and I don't really ever remove people, even if they cancel, but I do monthly challenges. Like every 4 weeks, I have like kind of like a prep week and then a 21-day challenge. And most of my challenges include like our vital behaviors. So like I have found like if I do like a Shakeology challenge or bod workouts or whatever, like you have to be doing this to participate. And I think it helped me because one, I was one of those people that was in Brooke Anderson's group and didn't show up for 2 months. So thank goodness she invited me again and gave me a chance. So I feel like I took that with me early on, that I'm just going to leave people in this group to be flies on the wall, because I've had a lot of people, even within like a year, and now year 2, that have literally sat there and watched everything. They're like, okay, now I think I'm ready. Or like something big happened in their life, and just being in that space, even though they might not have like done anything, but since we do amp it up, there was a time and phase where I didn't really keep the excitement. So that's why I feel like having those challenges within those groups keeps everyone excited. And so they kind of think like, okay, what's going to happen? They know now, like in 3 to 4 weeks, there's going to be something new. Like what is it going to be this month? Is it Shakeology? Is it drink your water? Like right now we're doing a partner challenge, and I've really just taken bits and pieces from everyone. And I keep it in one space. We have a bod group too, but that's more like I just say for like enhanced tracking and personal accountability. Like I go in there and I check, but I currently use my Facebook group more. Have some plans to shake it up a little bit, but just like, I know for me, it was really good over time to hear like multiple, like I listened to like literally everyone. I'm like, tell me what you guys do so I can kind of create my own like thing that worked for me. So I don't know if that's helpful or not.
Okay, great. Thank you.
For sure.
Yes. And I think it will be, especially challenge groups, just like social media, always evolving, always changing. So, all right, ladies, I know we're getting to be a little bit late, so I want to respect your time. Thank you so much for jumping on. And yeah, let's all go hit Emerald. Let's go invite 2 coaches. Let's rock this week and end May strong. So see you guys. Have a good night.